Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with Pacific Nut Producer Magazine, reporting to you from the annual conference of CAPCA, the California Association of Pest Control Advisors, here in Reno this year. It's been a great day. I'm here with Bob Klein. He's the manager of the California Pistachio Research Board. We appreciate your good work there. Unfortunately, you had some bad news to share today. It was about a new pest of not just pistachios, but maybe all tree nuts here in California, Carpophilus. It's a kind of an interesting name, but can you tell us about it based on your presentation today?
Thank you, Matthew. Carpophilus is a new pest for us in California. It already exists in Australia, and it's a serious pest there of especially almonds, but also pistachios grown in Australia. It's a small beetle, and it infests nuts in the field, acting much in the same way Navel Orangeworm does, seeks out the nuts that have hull damages and lays its eggs there on the nut, and then the larvae burrow into the nut, leaving pinhole damage that goes through the nut. So it leaves the evidence of feeding is the pinhole damage.
And how widespread is this? I know we're just now figuring out about this, but it might have been here for some time and just gone under the radar. Can you tell us a little more about that?
So about a month ago, Dr. Houston Wilson with UCA&R, located there in Kearney, as the tree nut specialist entomology, and he called and told me that they found Carpophilus in some orchards, and they were looking for more evidence of it. But yes, it definitely existed both in almonds and pistachios. And they found it in almonds in Madera and pistachios in Kings and western Fresno counties. The PCAs that were there said, we've been seeing this for a couple years. We just didn't know what it was. So it's probably been around, and from all the indications in the literature, it's a strong flyer, so it's probably spread fairly widely.
Well, that's kind of scary. I think from a PCA, pest control perspective for growers, especially after a year like this with pretty bad navel orangeworm damage. I mean, I know we've got a lot to learn about this pest, but what more can you share about it?
Well, we know that it overwinters in the field in mummy nuts. At least that's the experience of the Australians. It's also a pest in walnuts in Italy, so it's got a worldwide distribution. It's a Carpophilus, and the species we're giving it right now is truncatus, but it is also known in Australia as near demidiatus, because it looks like a different species, but it's genetically distinct. So the taxonomy of it's a little bit uncertain, but the damage is not. So it overwinters in the field, much like navel orangeworm. At this point, control is very reliant on sanitation, overwintering sanitation. Get the mummies down on the ground, destroy them, because we don't have any pesticides that are registered for its use, and we don't know which ones it's most susceptible to. We can know things like Intrepid, methoxyphenazide, aren't going to work on it because those are strictly lepidopteran, and this is a beetle, it's a coleoptera.
Well, yeah, that's a problem that we don't need here, but unfortunately we've got to deal with it, and it's great that you're here to talk about it in a meeting where we've got lots of chemical companies that hopefully can start working with you guys and finding some pesticide-related solutions, mating disruption, if that's a possibility. But you said sanitation. That's something that growers are already doing for navel orangeworm and can have the same controlling effect on this new pest.
Definitely so. Sanitation is going to be is key to control, especially at this early stage, because we don't have anything else registered for it. Again, we don't know the distribution. If you were at my presentation today, then you saw pictures of it. The picture of my presentation is freely available. It's kind of intensive for me emailing it, but give me a call and we can get pictures of it so that you can have a better idea what the stuff looks like in the field. If you see it or think you have it, call Dr. Wilson at the Kearney Ag Center because he needs to know so he can get the geographic distribution worked out.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your good work, Bob, and grateful for what Houston Wilson's doing out there, too. So read more about these things in Pacific Nut Producer Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.